Lillian, I need to change my background here because we have the same
Oh
one.
yeah, we're in the same room somehow, Julie.
Hi, everyone. I'm excited for our last webinar of the year. Lillian, I can't believe it.
It's flown
It's
by. What a year it's been.
Yeah, and you and I have kind of been co-hosting this together, and I always told you like I want to pretend like I have my own TV show. So now I feel like I have a sidekick, and Lillian, you're better than I am at presenting. So I am so honored to work with you on all these webinars.
You know what? It's fun and honestly it's easy when there's so much stuff
Yes.
to talk about and there's just been a lot that's been happening.
Yeah, so for everyone who is new that is joining, we're going to give people a couple minutes to log into our webinar. And if you could in the chat, change it to everyone, and you could just say your name, where you're zooming in from, your company, that would be amazing. We have a bunch of people that join all our webinars, but today, Lillian, we have at least 100 new people that registered that aren't in the Party Slate network yet. So I'm excited to share some of the things we've been working on this year with this group. So welcome everyone. We always see people from all over. I love it when I see people from like across the country and across the world. I'm like, how did people find us? It's very, very exciting. So we're seeing some people coming in from LA, from Boston, Chicago.
Nashville. I see a lot of
Yeah.
familiar names too. And so for
Yeah.
everyone who is.
We love Colorado. I know this is off topic, but my son is a freshman at the University of Denver. I'm so proud of him, and he's really loving it. That's my first kid in college, which makes me feel old. We see New England, Boston, Washington. Thank you guys for joining. I think we'll kind of jump in. My name is Julie Rothnovec, CEO and co-founder of PartySlate, and I'm here with Lillian, who runs our operations and customer success team. And Lillian, you have so much knowledge on our product and what works and what customers or how customers are seeing success. And you're so connected to our product team, what we're building next. I'm really glad that we're doing this look back together.
Me too. It's been a really big year.
Yes.
And I think it'll be a really nice recap for everyone, especially as I think about the year ahead on how you
Yeah.
can take advantage of everything. And I feel like December is always a really nice time to pause, reflect, and also game plan for what we're going to do the next year. So I hope that this is useful for everyone on the call.
Absolutely. And if there's anything specific you guys want us to talk about or touch on, or you have any questions, we find it more fun when it's interactive. So you can either do it to the group or to the panelists only. Lillian's going to be kind of
Mhm.
tracking as we go along, and I'm going to be tracking. I do have the chat box up, Lillian, while you're sharing your screen so I can take a look. Oh, Palm Beach is dry. I wish I was in Palm Beach right now. We have like,
Well,
6, 10 inches of snow here in Chicago. So we're coming to Florida soon. We're doing a ton of events next year. We're doing 12 events next year all over the country. So at the end of the webinar, I'm going to be sharing what cities we have locked up, and who knows, maybe we'll have some new opportunity from this webinar to host in another city. We're excited. So let's jump
I'm looking
in.
at Bahamas. I saw Bahamas in the chat. Maybe we
Bahamas
can
would be
add that to the
great.
list.
Bahamas would be great. And if anyone's going to engage Santa Barbara, I'm excited. I will be there next week. And I know my kids think it's just a boondoggle fun trip. Yes, it is, but I also say it is an exhausting networking opportunity. And we're proud to be in the media lounge. And so anyone who's going, I hope I can connect with you there. Try to make it to one a year. So let's jump in, Lillian. Do you want to share your screen? We'll kind of walk through the deck.
Yes, absolutely. Give me a second while I
Yep.
set it up.
Awesome. So just to the purpose of the webinar today is we have rolled out a ton of new features. And no matter how many times we share the new things we're doing, I always hear on some of our Zooms that are calls, hey, I didn't know you did that. Or, oh, I didn't picture Party Slate doing that type of work. And I'm really excited that we are positioning ourselves to add more value than just the front of house beautiful profile page. I know I'm biased, but it is a best in class profile page. But now we're offering a lot of tools for photo management to make it easier, whether it's our integration with Canva or making it easier to post to social media. We want to make your job easier because we know how hard your job is. And you're running all these events and through the weekends and late at night. If we can make digital marketing and sales just a little bit easier, that's what we want to do. So maybe we can just jump right into the first slide. I started Party Slate close to 10 years ago. And when I started it, I was your client. I was hosting all these large scale events, mainly corporate events and galas. And I couldn't find a way to easily find venues and picture like what would my event look like and find planners that did my type of event. Mainly there were just wedding blogs and wedding resources, wedding only. And so my vision was to how do we take all this professional content that you have, kind of a lot of it is idle content in Dropboxes or kind of sitting in storage drives all over. How do we help you put more of that to work for you and actually build these beautiful profile pages or have the photos at your fingertips when you need them for that important venue tour or planner meeting? And over the last 9 years, and I'm really excited to say we've seen like a 50% increase in our traffic. Last time I presented this, it was 4 million visitors. Now it's 4.7 million visitors have visited partyslate.com in the last 12 months. And, AI is changing a lot of things. We're like, is our traffic going to drop? What's going to happen with ChatGPT? Our traffic has increased. And we believe a lot of the work we've done on the SEO side, on the technical side, is also working for us in this new world of AI search or, what do they call it? AEO instead of
Yeah.
just SEO. So we've also had actually that number is out of date. Close to 3.5 million photos have been uploaded to our Party Slate platform. Not all of them are public. Many of them are in private storage for search and share, which I'll talk about later. And we also have a 50-50 split between social wedding type events and corporate inquiries. And I know our Instagram does lean more towards weddings because it gets more engagement, but it's really interesting to see consistently it's that 50-50 split between people looking for that, perfect event for a corporate opportunity or gala versus a wedding. Did I miss anything, Lillian?
Well, one of the things that I think is great when it comes to the traffic is that a lot of the reasons why our traffic has increased is because of the changes that we've made
Yeah.
over the last year. And
Yeah.
so our product team really did so much research into what consumers care about, and they've redesigned what the profile page looks like. And so if you haven't been looking at the Party State profile page, it might look different because we've done a lot to try and keep it
Yeah.
fresh and current. And with the redesign too, it's actually really positively impacted SEO. So
Yeah.
it's great to see a lot of the efforts that the team is
We had an objective
paying
last
off.
year to dominate SEO, and SEO is kind of like it's frustrating because you probably have done this yourself. You put investments, you do things, you want to help, but it doesn't pay off right away. It took about 6 months post redoing these profile pages and improvements to our directory when we started seeing the traffic go up. And now we feel Google always is changing their algorithm. These chat, AI tools are always changing, but they're valuing content, links, high domain authority, and PartySlate has that. So we're really, really proud of our traffic growth. And we know not everyone is a high quality. There's some looky-loos, and there's some people that can't afford we're showing this, the Faina here. We've been working with them for a long time. But if we can get you 150, 200 leads, we just have to believe that one, two, three of those are something. There's gold in there. And we're really, really excited to see that traffic, that more opportunities to get new clients. Let's go to the next one. So we're here to help in three ways. And the front of house, and we're kind of using industry language, partyslate.com is what we're most known for because that's our first product. These beautiful profile pages, we're going to walk through the changes we've made and that kind of top 5 ways to optimize, even if you just have a free profile, how you can optimize that. But what I'm really excited about is, the back of house tools. We're calling it Photo Hub that will enable you to have your photos at your fingertips when you need it at the right time and the right place. And we've heard so many of you talk about frustration with Dropbox and frustration with Google Drive, or, you're in a meeting and you have like the death scroll. You're like looking for that photo. I know I have it. I know I have it. And you can't find it. We want to solve those problems and make it really easy for you to access that perfect photo. And I actually like to tell the story of the Four Seasons Beverly Hills. We've been working with them for a long time. They had a couple coming in. They were looking for a really dramatic hallway entrance. And the photo they had was kind of during the day with some ferns and, no lighting. And during the tour, they brought up, through their Party Slate profile, some of these photos of these dramatic hallway transformations. And it really made a difference for people have a hard time picturing it with the draping and the lighting and the candles. And to have that access perfectly, it makes a difference. We believe you can increase your close rate if you have that right photo at the right time. And at Lillian, I don't want to underplay the support. Lillian runs our customer success team, and we know not everyone has time to upload the photos, and we know you want some extra assistance. And our customer success team that Lillian runs, really is there to help you get the most out of Party Slate and be a resource for you to really get the full value.
Yeah, I mean, we get it. I think there's so many, anyone who is in this industry is so busy and you wear so many different hats on a day-to-day basis. And so we really are a team of real people who are on the other
Yeah.
side. You're not just emailing a robot,
Yes.
who are here to help and who genuinely want to help you maximize your profile on Party Slate and your membership with us.
Yeah. So I think the easiest way to show a look back of what we're building after I talk a little bit about some of the challenges is to give a demo. And so we'll do that in a couple of slides. But I just want to reiterate some of the things on the next slide that I hear from you. Oftentimes when I'm like, oh, how do you organize your photos? And I hear like, oh, I need a martini before we walk through. I'd be interested to hear in the chat, if you use Dropbox, if you're using, some other tools, if you're just using Apple Photos, what are you using today? They're not bad tools. They just weren't built specifically for the events industry, and they don't have the features that you guys need for your day-to-day jobs, like easy social sharing, easy AI search. So we feel that we can solve a lot of these problems, giving you instant access through new technology that we've built to make it easy to not only have this beautiful profile page, but to have all your event photos all in one place. So no more scrambling, disorganized drop boxes, or worse yet, there's one person that knows how the Dropbox is organized, then a new person starts, or you have an intern or a social media person, and they're like, where's that Palm Beach event with the synchronized swimmers? And you're like, oh, that's, 6 years ago in this folder, click 3 levels down. So it's really challenging to manage a huge portfolio of photos. Even if you have 10 a year, they start to add up where you have 50,000 photos, 100,000 photos. And, we know photographers have their own platforms for photo management. We're building solutions that make it easier for venues, planners, decor companies, and caterers to ingest those photos and have them easily accessible when you need them.
And, I feel like whenever anyone is in the industry, whenever you're working with an event host, whether it's a bride or a corporate host, they're so visual. It's
Yeah,
so hard for them to understand what it is that you're saying or to see what that space looks like set up without literally having a photo. And
yeah,
people make decisions based on the visual aspect. And so we know that it's an important part of your process and your day to day. And that's really why we've chosen to focus on that area specifically, because I think that's something that Party Slate can do uniquely very well. And there's not a lot of others that are focused on targeting that specific area.
yeah. So I think we could maybe jump in right into a demo. So we're going to start with right at Google because 70% of our traffic finds us from an organic search result, meaning not paid. And my friend Jill is planning a big event in New York. So I'm just going to use her as an example. Let's just put in, I get very nervous doing live Google searches. This is not canned, this is a live search, but we're so confident that we're going to be like one, two, or three when someone puts in, top venues in New York. That we don't mind doing lives. And we don't, rank for every term, but hundreds of thousands of terms. When you go under the sponsored ads, we are typically, and those are like the paid placements, we're typically one or two. In this case, we're number two, but oftentimes we're number one. And so people are like thinking, okay, I have this event I need to do. It's a corporate event. Jill's looking for a hotel, so actually, why don't you screen it? We're one of the only platforms that allows you to screen on size, number of guests. So let's look at hotels specifically, and like you're looking through these different options, and let's say the Plaza catches my eye. And I'm not sure if they do a lot of corporate events. I knew they do great weddings. So I'm going to take a look first. I will say one thing people always ask me, Lillian, is what are the top things to do to optimize conversion? So as I walk through this, the cover photos for paid premium members, you get up to five. For free members, you get one. It is an important, like, I like to call it a handshake. Like, do I want to learn more? Is this an event space I could picture myself in? Is it like the right fit for me? So, cover photo selection, I like to say it's like $1 million choice. Like your directory and your cover photo, like, don't underestimate how important that first impression is.
I think you're totally right, Julie. And one of the key reasons why it's so important is because if you look back at the directory, that is the primary image that people are looking at.
Yeah.
And so all of our traffic, all that traffic increase that Julie talked about earlier, it lands on our directory page. And one of the key things is your cover photo being as visually inviting and enticing as possible so that it entices someone to click in and want to learn more.
Yeah. And the next thing they do, we've done a lot of research, usability testing, is they like to look at your event spaces. So whether you have 3 spaces or, I just was on with a resort that had 15 spaces. We're the only platform that has this ability to almost create a like mini blog entry about your spaces. And it could even be like the green room, or it can be your, the boardrooms that aren't as exciting, but they want to see like, they're going to be flexibility, whether I want a beachfront wedding or I need a big ballroom for a corporate event. I need to learn more about your event spaces in a visual way. And so that's the first thing. And I won't like click into each of these, but I will tell you that you can have unlimited number of photos. You can show it different types of events. You have all your information. This is a great sales tool. Even if you don't, buy one of our packages that are more about sales enablement, less about advertising, this is a great addition to what you have on your website and your Instagram.
Yeah, especially since I feel like so many websites, it's hard to update. You may not necessarily be able to show the same breadth of photos and
Yes.
variety as with
Absolutely. So the
PartySlate.
first thing they see is these event spaces. And again, that's my second piece of advice is make sure you have a great cover photo for these event spaces. Some people think like, oh, I should just show what the room looks like empty. We've done a lot of research. One person that we interviewed, like, wow, it looks like a prison. Like if there's nothing in it, they can't picture it. So use a beautiful photo that really shows off what the space can do. And then once they click into it, they can see you absolutely could put empty spaces in there, but don't make it your cover photo. The gallery, my next piece of advice is have a variety of event types if you're in fact trying to get corporate events in addition to weddings. So if Tuesday and Wednesday night are important to you, not just Saturday, Friday, Saturday, really have a variety of events. So the Plaza, I think, how many events do they have here? A lot of these are credited. They have 40 event albums. And we even say like have 10, 12, 15, but make sure you have some weddings, some social events. If you, again, depends on what you want to attract. If you want to get more gala business, you should have a couple of galas here. That people spend a lot of time in this section and they're looking for their type of event, but they also like to look at other types of events. Sometimes corporate likes to look bar mitzvahs or galas and see different layouts and different themes that they're doing. So you can see on the top. So Lillian, I know we talked about this earlier. If you have an engaged couple, you could click on wedding and there's a URL that's conveniently built there for you that says, Plaza New York's #wedding. You could say, hey, in advance of our Zoom or in advance of our meeting, take a look at some of these real event photos. It might give you some inspiration.
Yeah, I think some of our members who are maximizing their Party Slate profile the most are people who are leveraging this gallery page as a way to showcase their portfolio of work. It is really hard, we know, to keep your website updated. It's hard to make sure that you have all of your latest, greatest events. And even beyond that, it's really hard to have these filters, the way that, Julie mentioned, where you want to make sure that you're sending things that are relevant to them. And so take advantage of this. If you have all your content on Party Slate, you can leverage it in so many different ways to have it do more work for you.
I sometimes forget about videos, which I shouldn't, but you can also link your videos from YouTube or Vimeo. It's just nice to have one place to have all your content. So
Mhm.
this is a nice thing. And you'll see at the top of this page, there's a share link. So you can actually copy the link of this wedding only page or corporate page and embed it in your proposal, embed it in the email. We're trying to make it really easy to like get your content where you need it to be, not just having them find us through Google.
I know some people too who will
Yeah.
include their profile URL and their email signature, so that's just
Yes.
always there. So then when you're conversing with someone, they actually have their own ability to click through and view the whole slate of work that you've done.
Yeah, the way I look at the Party Slate profile is, there's a triangulation, your website, your Instagram, or other channels, and your Party Slate profile for kind of a rich view of your portfolio. The three together, and typically it's like 7 to 10 touch points before people will reach out to you. We really feel this is a great third touch point, or they may find you through Google here, or they might try to get to know you better to say, hey, should I add this to my short list? And again, same thing goes for planners. I just want to get a feel for your work, or caterers, feel for your work, types of events. Can I see myself? Is there enough here? Like, yes, I want to add them to my short list. Great. So that's the I think that's the third area for my advice. Testimonials, we don't have to spend too much time on, but we actually created a nice way to link the testimonial. It's not linked here. We need to tell the plaza they can do that. You can actually link a testimonial directly to the event that you did, that you posted. But if you get a nice email or you get a nice thank you note, you can always say, "Hey, do you mind if I add this to my Party Slate profile?" And you don't have to worry too much about managing those stars and that one bad review on Yelp or the fake review or your competitor putting a bad review. You fully control this. So I always tell people at least put five here. I think it just gives you a feel for, they chose some wedding testimonials, put a corporate event, put a couple different types of testimonials here just to give them a feel what people are saying about you. And then finally, my last piece of advice is when you're uploading your real events, make sure you credit your partners because similar to LinkedIn, when you credit the planner, you credit the photographer, your work will actually show up on their profile page. So it's kind of got that LinkedIn component. So let's say I know I want to have my corporate event at the plaza or my wedding. Now I'm looking for planners or photographers. Now you can actually see through those credits the work that, for example, Amy Katz did or Sonal Shaw, or Victoria Dubin at the plaza, as long as it's publicly on their Party Slate profile page. So it's a nice, just like, hey, you guys work together in the real world. We know referrals are number one, two, and three in this industry. This is another way to help each other market that you guys work together. What did I miss, Lillian?
That was great. That was comprehensive, Julie.
Okay, great. So you guys see if you're the biggest difference between the free profile and the paid is you're limited to three real events with the free profile, but you can have unlimited event spaces. So we want to add a lot of value in the free profile, but of course, in order to pay my employees and keep the lights on, we do have to have a monetization strategy. So in order to get a full profile and our photo posting service and boosting, we have three options for paid membership. And I know many of you guys are members on this webinar. Okay, so that is front of house. This is the way build your brand, use it as a sales tool, help get discovered, kind of be that triangulation, your website, your social media, your full portfolio on Party Slate. Now we're going to actually go to the back of house. And so this is the private area of Party Slate. It's called Party Slate Pro. And the first tool that we've launched is called Photo Hub. And Photo Hub is really our goal is to take all the frustration we've heard about Dropbox and Google Drive and others and create a modern AI searchable solution and managed solution that saves you time. And so, as an example, let's say we're still at the plaza and a couple's coming in and they want to have a dramatic, photo shoot on the iconic staircase at the plaza. And so the venue salesperson at the plaza in advance or during the meeting can say, you know what, let me actually show you. We're going to put in staircase. This is not manual tagging. This is all auto tagging through artificial intelligence. You can actually see all the staircases from the plaza that have ever been shot that are on Party Slate. So there's a lot of them. But let's say you want to even be more specific, like Lillian, let's try staircase floral, for example, and staircase, like we can do it in a second search. And let's pick some that we want to show this couple when they come in, just because we know we're listening. We're great salespeople. We're listening to what's important to them, and we're going to be ready to not just give a generic tour, but to give a customized tour or a customized discussion on what's important to them. So as you can see, there's tons and tons of photos. Maybe try floral as well, but we're adding these to a shareable photo page that we're going to show you in a second. But let's add like 8 or 9 photos to
Yeah.
this link. Let's
Try
try.
staircase candles too.
Yep. So the AI can see, it's called computer vision. It can see what's in the photo. The old days, like we had to do these alt tagging, like we'd have interns, tagging photos. Like those days are gone with AI, which is like so exciting. So we can see every type of flower, every candle, every photo that has a staircase. And we're going to create this shareable photo page that makes it really, really easy to have a great customized conversation. Let's call it staircase photos for Jill.
Bill, yeah.
Yeah, for Jill. So we're creating like almost like a mini landing page. Let's call it a quick page. And this isn't like replacing your mood boards or anything else. It's just instead of doing a PDF or an ugly photo JPEG, now you have the Plaza's branding is at the top, and you have all the photos, and you can actually click on one of the photos and show the light view light. What's it called?
Light box.
Light box. For whatever reason, I can't remember. So
Oh, like a
let's say
slideshow.
they're sitting in a chair next to you. You can actually show it like a slideshow view of all of these photos, and some have more candles, some have floral. Again, this is just an example of a use case. It could be mandaps, it could be anything that you see that's something that could be attractive to that customer.
Yeah. I really love this because it's so clean and it's visually appealing and it took 2 seconds.
Yeah,
So you don't have to you're not copying and pasting all these photos into a slideshow or into a
yeah,
Canva deck. You actually, it's right there, done in 2 seconds at the tip of your fingers.
awesome. So, and I do see some questions are coming up. So after we do this demo, we're going to get to the questions. So Lillian, once you stop sharing, we can go back. Okay, so this is the shareable photo page. It's a link you can embed, etc. All of it's AI driven. But maybe your social media team wants a red photo for Valentine's Day. It's coming up and they don't know where all the events are. Or maybe you're doing your own social media. And yes, you have an idea, but you're looking for like a really compelling red photo. And so I'm just going to put in red. Again, the computer vision AI will find anything that has red. Some are going to be better than others. And let's just find something, Lillian, that we can actually share on Instagram.
I like this. How about this one?
Love it. So now you'll see that we can, on the upper left side, you can view the full album. Let's say you wanted to see more albums. You don't have to go to that now. You can just download that photo. And then you can actually get handles and hashtags. So handles and hashtags are for Instagram. We have talked about doing it for other platforms too, but not for now, it's Instagram. So you can actually just copy this group of handles and download the photo and then go right to Instagram and actually upload those and paste those handles directly into Instagram. So we've made it to the point where like maybe a 30-minute post can now take 3 minutes. And what I love about it is like I'm always scared I'm going to miss a credit and someone's going to yell at me, even if it's not our fault, like someone else put the credits in wrong. This lowers my anxiety level that we're going to give credit where credit is due and make sure that people actually get the credit on Instagram. Anything I missed, Lillian?
Yeah, this is good. Let's talk about integrations.
Yeah, let's talk about integration. So, another thing we're excited about and what we accomplished this year, just taking a quick look back, is number one, we're starting to integrate with directly with CRMs. We started with Triple Seat. We're looking at Salesforce. We're looking at Venue Logic. There's a bunch of tools that we're looking at on how we can integrate your leads directly into your CRM so it's easier for your workflow. So, Triple Seat, I think we already have 150 restaurants and venues integrated. It's so much easier. We'll say source, PartySlate. It's just really, really easy for tracking, but also like we know you're busy. Like you don't want things coming from all over, copying and pasting. So that's one thing we're doing. We'd love to hear what your CRM of choices, let us know because we're going to do doing more of these as time goes on. And we're also looking into integration with other type platforms. So Canva, maybe we'll just give a quick demo of this, Lillian, of how
Yeah.
Canva works. Many people in the industry use Canva for social media, for proposals, for little things that they need to do to market their business, and even menus or other things. When you launch Canva, we're making it really easy to integrate PartySlate. So, Lillian, slow down a little bit here. So, will you walk them through what you just did?
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop a link in the chat actually. So anyone who has Canva, you can click on the link and follow along for yourself. But with that link, it'll take you to this page where you'll see on the left-hand side, Party Slate pops up. There's a purple button open at the bottom. You can click open. It'll come up with a connect button. You'll click connect again. And then I think maybe right now, not everyone can see, but there's going to be a little pop-up that says allow access. And it'll ask for permission to connect Canva and PartySlate.
It's almost like when you log in with Google or log in with another, where it's saying, can you actually give permission for these photos to come into Canva? And so this is just PartySlate's connection. We obviously can't use your connections because we don't have your login and password. So PartySlate hosts about 10 events a year. We probably have 100,000 photos in
You
our
know what?
photo
I think
hub.
there are people who are asking in the chat and they're saying the link that I shared isn't a link that works. So I'm actually going to have Tara
Yeah.
send out a new link in the chat so that you guys can click that link and then just follow those easy steps. I have a feeling that, Tara's the one who's behind the scenes. She
Yeah.
makes all the magic work. So I have a feeling Tara has the correct link and I probably sent out the
But
wrong
the
link.
other thing you can do if you're in Canva already is click on apps. Where does it
Yes.
say apps or marketplace?
It says
And
apps.
apps,
Click
and then
apps.
type in Party Slate
Yep.
into the apps search bar. You'll see it right there. And
Yep.
then basically those things all your photos will
Yeah.
come up.
All you'll have that same version of what I just walked you through
And
come
the
up.
great thing about this, and I know Lillian, you just did a webinar on Canva, we can send that link out. But well, the great thing about it is all those AI tags, in the old days it was manual interns, putting like cake, wedding aisle. So now it's all auto magically done by our AI engine that we built, is brought in to Canva with
Yep.
your photos. So now I like, let's say you want to search for, we did a great event in LA a couple years ago, like put red star in there and you can
I'll do it from a
actually,
template maybe.
okay, yeah, do it from a
Would it work
template. So you
different?
guys have your
And
templates.
Tara
Um,
did just drop in the correct link for everyone who is trying to get access to it. So if you're still having issues after
yeah.
that, just let us know. Give us a shout. We'll help out.
Thank you, Tara. Tara's our executive producer behind the scenes, who's in our marketing team. Again, I like to pretend this is my own TV show, so I call her my executive producer. So if you put Red Star, you just click on the Red Star photos. This was our dramatic entrance into like our Hollywood themed event we did at the WLA or W Hollywood. And you can just click those into your mood board or into your invitation or whatever you want. But it's kind of nice that it saves like two steps, like download and upload, or you got to bring it manually into Canva. So our goal is for you to get more leverage out of your photo portfolio. We are so lucky to have professional photographers and videographers that shoot these events. So like they're not grainy iPhone photos. And again, even if they're iPhone photos, you can also store those in Photo Hub as well. But we're using these professional photos and I mean, they're beautiful. Why not use them for your mood boards or for your proposals?
Yeah. And I saw Jacqueline said in the chat, it's been a great future, been using it for proposals. It's awesome to also just hear about how people have been using it. I think Canva is such an amazing, powerful tool. I know people in the industry use it in so many different ways, whether it's proposals, whether it's putting together inspiration boards, whether it's, designing just other marketing assets for social media. And so having everything that's right here, you don't have to find your photos on a different platform, download it, then re-upload it. This really is meant to be a time saver for you. And I think it's kind of fun because sometimes it might bring up photos that you forgot that you had that are relevant for whatever it is that you're looking for.
Yeah, and someone did ask, is the Canva integration for Pro? Right now, this is in beta, so anyone can access the Canva application. We will be putting these into our packages starting, next year, but it is free for you guys to play around with. It is in beta. Please take advantage of that. And we do, for those of you like don't want advertising, let's say, hey, I got plenty of leads, I'm mainly B2B, and you want just the photo hub and the Canva tools, we do now have a low cost package that is just for photo management and tools and not for advertising and photo management, all the other things I mentioned before. For the people that the link is not working for, Don Davis, thank you, said it is working. It may be because you're not logged in to Canva. So I do believe you have to be logged in to
Yeah.
Canva in order to get to the marketplace. So check it out. But if you do need any help afterwards, we're happy to jump on a Zoom. It takes like 3 seconds to do this. We're happy to help you one on one.
Yeah.
Do another search just for fun, like stage or something like that. We do a lot of fun entertainment at our events, and we have lots of different or speaking stages or things like that.
Mhm.
I was was doing an Instagram post and I put blonde with microphone, which is me on stage. Now, it did pull up some beautiful singers that are blonde that are not me, but it pulled up Julie on the microphone because it sees blonde person with microphone. So it is really fun. Maybe it's just me, Lillian, but we could never have done this 2 or 3 years ago unless you had a bunch of PhDs in the room or in 100 interns tagging every
It's
photo.
amazing. It's
It
amazing that AI is just looking. AI is looking and
It's,
visually
yeah,
seeing. So obviously you can't say Julie
yeah,
on stage because AI doesn't know that yet, but you
yeah,
could anything that's visual and
yeah,
descriptive, it's able to see it and pull it.
yeah.
And it is amazing. This isn't something that we had a year ago. Like, let's talk about what we did in 2025. This is a huge development and advancement because of the new technology that we have available.
Yeah, and I know we'll talk about this later when we go back into the deck, but I will say that we're really excited about new photo management integrations and new features. So right now, it's really easy to do the search. It's really easy to create those photo sharing, searchable or shareable photo pages. But starting in January, you'll be able to save all your shared links and create new collections from your albums. So how many times would people ask me, like, I want a wedding cake album, I want dance floor, I want a specific folder for just the lounge room that we have? You'll be able to actually have all of those new collections from the existing photos that you have, and you can have it just back of house and Party Slate Pro in your photo hub, or you'll be able to launch those to your Party Slate public profile page.
Yeah, let's
So
actually, I feel like that's a good segue into talking
yeah.
about next.
Yeah, and one person did ask, and it's funny because if you were in our boardroom or our exec planning, we talk about this a lot. Someone asked, in addition to events, is there a better networking opportunity through PartySlate on the B2B side? And it's absolutely something that we're talking about. In the meantime, use our directory. It is a great way to, I don't want to say stalk, but research, who's working with what planners and who's got embedded photographers and how do I break in there. It's a great research tool, so you can use the public profile page, but we're really thinking about new ways, and especially with these shared albums that we're building, on how we can leverage the network to have more efficiency, sharing photos between vendor teams, and we have talked about new ways to connect you through our platform. So we won't become a LinkedIn. That's, if maybe I had 100 more developers, we could do that. But we are thinking about how do we leverage the relationships you have through your events and build stronger relationships, or how do we make it easier for you to research who are the right planners in Santa Barbara that I should be focusing on.
Yep,
I
I
hope that
actually
answered your question. Yeah.
I know a lot of planners when they're working on an event that's in a different region than what they typically focus on, they
Yeah.
will use the Party Slate directory to help focus because it's also helpful, just in the same way that consumers are visual, everyone is visual. And
Yes.
so it is helpful for a planner to use our directory and be able to see a full portfolio of work
Yeah.
too.
So we have about like 5 more minutes, this went so fast, Lillian. I feel like I need another hour, but don't worry, I won't. So I did want to recap, the photo, the profile optimization. If you have the free profile, amazing cover photo. If you are paid, really think about showing corporate, showing different event spaces, showing that you do more than just weddings, or really showing the type of clients that you want to win. Get those gallery event spaces built out. That's so important to get the event spaces. Like, people want to know your event spaces. If you're a planner or caterer, obviously this doesn't apply. Your gallery, really, if you're a free profile, you can do 3 fantastic events. If you're a premium member, we always say, like, show a variety of events. We know some of those corporate events, they don't allow you to share. Sometimes well, you can go back to them and say, hey, can I show you these 5 decor only photos, no people or no signage? You might be surprised that they let you do a small subset of photos. And then, testimonials, just get at least 5 on there. That is a premium feature as well. And then vendor connections, just make sure those 3 events albums that you're adding have a full list of credits, because it's almost like getting free shelf space on their page.
Yeah. Oh,
That was
great
my,
advice.
that, I probably missed some things, but that's my summary.
Great advice.
And I will say, from an SEO perspective, we do know that updated content and having a full page does help Google understand that this is a valuable page that could help people. The longer they stay on the page and if they click through the page, that's another indicator to Google that this is a good page. And so not only do you want to do it because you want to make your business look great, there's other reasons why you want to have that page fully built out.
Yeah. Should we talk about what's coming next in
Yes.
2026?
I got a demo of this yesterday, and I know Lillian, it was a customer
It was
research
really
session.
exciting
And
to
I was
see.
like, so excited that I saw some of these things first. I'm like, oh yeah, this isn't my time to share how much I love it. This is a time to get feedback. But I'm excited that we're going to allow custom album tagging in your back of house um, photo hub. So, for example, let's say there is an amazing, theme, and you want to have certain themes or colors. And color is probably not as a good example because AI can search for you as far as the colors. But let's say there's a certain room that you want to tag, or if there's a certain type of event, the taxonomy of your business. Maybe it's a fall wedding. You can add a custom album tag that will augment the AI search because AI can't do everything. Like it can't, if it's can't see it in the room, like they can't see it was a fall wedding, they don't see the leaves or it's not outside, they might not know it's a fall wedding. You might want to tag it yourself. And I know, Lillian, you probably get examples of this all the time. People ask for it, but that
All the time.
ability to tag your albums, I think is going to be a real big game changer for ease of use.
I agree. I hear it a lot actually from venues on specific rooms
Yeah.
where you might have East Ballroom and you might have West Ballroom.
Yeah.
AI visually can't see that, but you know
Yeah.
when you're selling the space that it really matters. And so now with this custom tagging, it just gives you more control. The AI tagging is still going to happen. That's not going away, but this just
Yeah.
offers you one more layer of flexibility.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Again, I'm really geeky to see how people use this feature because as we start to see more themes, we can actually build in some custom filters and auto tagging and things like that. So this is going to give your business maximum flexibility. So instead of like creating folders and folders of different variations of things, you can start tagging these albums, which again is more of a photo management versus like a file management solution like Dropbox. We're excited to bring that to you. The next thing I've been dying for this, Lillian, for 6 years is the ability to do a search and not create just that shared photo page, which is great. You're still going to be able to do that. We're going to add more features there, but we're going to be able to actually create a collection. We talked to Emily Rubin, a former employee who now joined her family business that has cafes and now private venue space. She has a tea service that's really popular for private events. She can create all the best of tea service photos. They're really cute and great for bridal showers or baby showers or birthday parties into a collection folder without downloading it and uploading it into a new album. So you can kind of think about it with your Apple photos when you want to create like a Thanksgiving album. You can have a Julie album or a kid photo album, whatever it is. You can now create new collection albums that take from many different places and save them in one place.
We've heard this one requested a lot too. So
Yeah.
this will be really helpful for anyone who you have a lot of content on Party Slate and you're thinking about all the different ways where you might have clients who are asking you for content across multiple different albums.
Yeah.
Now you can easily create content, create an album across a bunch of different
Yeah,
albums.
and again, these are private, so you decide, do you want to publish this to your
Mhm.
PartySlate page? Do you want to create a shareable photo page? We're making it really, really easy to have these kind of groups of photos that you use over and over again, which is great. And also, I forgot to mention all those link shares that you've created, you can actually, you will be able to store those. So like you haven't forgotten, like, what did I send over to Julie? What was that link? Now you'll be able to store those links directly in your photo hub.
Yeah.
The next thing I know, we've been offering to many of our new customers kind of a migration service. So, hey, in addition to your membership, on our dime, we're going to help you migrate photos. It does take some effort. Sometimes it's 5 hours, sometimes it's 15 hours. Like it's effort on our side. We're doing it because we really want people to use it and give us feedback so we can build like an industry leading product. Starting in January, it's going to be much easier to, I like to say, ingest your photos. I love that word because it's not like uploading. Is it, the link to your Dropbox, your Google Drive, or even your PartySlate photo hub. We're going to make it much easier for you to actually bring that content in. And we're going to have this concept of shareable albums. So let's say the photographer puts the photos in a shareable album and links you, you can easily take those and do whatever you want with those photos and create new collections. So maybe you could avoid Dropbox altogether, or more once you're more comfortable with Party Slate, like, hey, we actually don't need them in our Dropbox. We could actually just have them here and it's AI enabled. Did I describe that correctly, Lillian?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And let me know if you guys have any questions. And the last thing is we're going to integrate with more CRMs. So our head of sales was out at Wedding MBA. We've been talking. I'm going to be engaged next week. We're really looking to create more relationships with these CRM companies to integrate directly your leads right into your workflow that you use today. So we're integrating with a third-party technology, and this is like beyond my pay grade, but to make it really easy to do multiple integrations at once. And okay, someone said good shuffle, which I don't know, but bring it to us. Tell us all your CRMs that you're using, because we want to make it seamless to your workflow. We don't want to add more work for you. Um, those are the highlights, but we have 10 additional things that, my development team will kill me if I share them yet. So I'm going to hold off for our next, Q1 webinar to share what's after this. But these are things in the immediate future, January, February.
I think there's a lot that is going to happen next year and a lot that'll happen actually in the coming months where these are all things that I know I've certainly heard a lot of our members asking about for a while. So I'm excited for all this to be live for the year ahead.
Exactly. And so we always like to kind of end our webinars. You can go to the next slide with, how we can help. Anyone who wasn't able to get Canva connected, again, like on our dime, if you're not ready for membership, that's okay. We'll help you with your free profile as well. We always say like we want to earn your trust. So like start with free and then we'll really help you understand if it's right for your business. So we'll help you optimize your profile page and get more for your investment or even just to test it out, toe in the water. We'd also like to learn more about what your use cases are for photo management. We're trying to build a great product. The more we talk to people, the more value we can provide in our product. So we'll give you a demo. We'll hear your feedback on what you would love to see, what you and may, a lot of people are loving it right now. We have like 600 pros using this every single month, and we want to make sure that we're building the right things in the coming roadmap. And then also, listen, if membership is right for you, even our starter membership, that's a little bit more of a kind of self-service to unlock that full profile potential and all these tools, we'd love to have the opportunity to walk through those with you. And then also for our members, we do have a lot of networking events. And we know that not everyone can be at all these networking events, but we have now a calendar page that kind of lays out, we just had our Charleston event, it was amazing. DC is coming up, New York, Boston, I know Miami and LA, Houston, obviously Chicago. We're going to have about 12 events next year. And we'd love to know if you'd like to be, you can actually just put your contact information to be added and we shared the link here as well. Thank you, Lillian. If you'd like to be added, we would love the opportunity. All of these events include like an hour and a half of education where we'll show you what we're doing, what we're building, give you a demo. And also we typically have a venue or a planner panel as well. So you can scan the QR code. We'll send you a follow-up. So all this will be in our show notes and with all these links. But I think the key message and what I'm most proud of the team is we're building multiple value propositions. We know how hard your job is. We want to help you grow your business. We want to help things make things easier, but we also want to help, save time and help you close more business. So very, very excited about what's to come in January, February, and we'd love your feedback. Do not hold back. We'd love your feedback on what we have today. So what did I miss, Lillian?
That was great. I think the other thing is if anyone is interested in the Triple C integration as well, you can also scan this QR code and our team can certainly help you get it set up.
Yeah.
So we're here to help support you with whatever it is that you need.
Yep, and we love this industry. And when I started the company 10 years ago, I was your client. I was not an event professional. So when you guys talk about like technical terms with events, like sometimes I don't know what you're talking about because I was your client, not an event professional, but I'm a technologist. I come from a digital marketing background. We want to make all this stuff easier for you. So if we can make it easier for you, we know that you'll see the value. And if you see the value, you'll stay with us, you'll tell people about it, And that's our ultimate goal. So I'm really proud of this last webinar of the year. We'll send you guys the recording if you want to share it with anyone else, and really appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you everyone for
And
joining us.
Lillian, thank you for being my co-host.
Always fun, Julie.
Yeah, and I'm really excited that we have some new things to share in January. So we will be back January, February with another webinar. And also give us ideas on what you want to hear from us. We're also going to we're doing a webinar with Colin Cowie, weave in other thought leadership as well next year.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you guys, and thank you, Tara, for helping us.